Hello, fellow ink drinkers, and welcome back to the Blind Girls Book Talk podcast. My name is Aria.
And I'm Belle.
And we are two legally blind sisters who love reading and love books. And so what we've done is we've created this show in order to talk about that. Normally, this show is a variety show, so we talk about a wide range of bookish content, and that can range from bad retellings of stories to book-to-movie adaptation comparisons, buddy reads, fun bookish challenges. Really, the list does go on. But today, what we are going to be doing is we're actually going to be doing another bookish challenge, and this is a bookish Would You Rather. So how I did this was I kind of scoured around the internet for just a bunch of different kind of questions. And I pulled from a couple different YouTuber videos. So I wanted to shout out the videos that I used. The first one was from Murphy Napier. I hope I'm saying that right. The second one was from Jessie the Reader. The third one was from Mel Reads. And the last one was from Elliot Brooks. And then I also looked on Pinterest, and then I was able to come up with a couple of my own. So we have a lot of questions to get through. And that being said, this episode is probably going to be a two-parter. So I'll probably jump on later as editing Aria to tell y'all goodbye for the day. And then I'll open up the show next week, as editing Aria. And then we'll just jump right into the Would You Rather-ing. All right. So Belle, is there any specific place you want me to start?
Surprise me.
Surprise you. Okay. So the first then would you rather is, would you rather be the hero or the villain?
I don't know.
You got to pick one?
Give me a minute. You go ahead with your answer.
Okay. Honestly, for this one, I kind of would want to be the villain in a way, just because I feel like sometimes the villains have a lot more fun. And so I feel like I would just kind of want to try that once and then, go back to being a good guy. But,
Here's my thing, okay? Because a villain is just a hero that wasn't saved or something. But here's what I'm really struggling with, is I don't think I could be nice enough to be a hero.
I think you could.
I don't think I could have it in me to do it for a long period of time.
I think you could.
So that's why I'm just kind of like, well, villain, because I could be me.
Okay, fair enough. So 2 villains on that one. All right, next one. Would you rather skip the first chapter or the last chapter?
First.
There was no hesitation there.
First.
Why?
Because for me, the first one is just a lot of exposition all the time that I just don't need. So I'm just like, let's just get into it.
Yes. And I mean, ultimately, I would say probably the first chapter as well. However, sometimes, especially for me, because I do read a lot of fantasy, I do need that exposition. So I really don't like either option. But if I had to kind of pick up the pieces later on, you know what I mean? I would rather do that than miss whatever the ending is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one is, would you rather have unlimited books or live inside your favorite book world?
What's your answer?
Unlimited books.
Unlimited book? Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You wouldn't want to live in Night Circus.
See, here's the thing. If I was totally in the circus at all times and forever and ever, okay. But there are too many other places that are tied to Night Circus that I'm just kind of And plus, I mean, yes, being at the circus would be fantastic. But I feel like also after so long that we get a little old. You know what I mean? So I would rather have just kind of unlimited access to a bunch of different worlds than just pick one and just be like,
Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. I'm also with you on that, just the unlimited books, because like if I couldn't be a character, like couldn't take the place of a character,
right,
then I wouldn't want to be in it.
right, exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of my thing. As much as there are some worlds that I would really enjoy being there, at the same time I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Live in a classic romance or a modern romance?
Is there neither option? Can I just not? Is there an option of stab thyself with dagger?
No, there is not an option.
Go with your answer.
Honestly, I think I would say modern in this case.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think I would, because I mean, the classics are fun and all, but we also know my aversion to them.
Well, it depends on what classic we're talking about, because I feel like I could survive in like Pride and Prejudice or Northanger. I could not survive in Jane Eyre.
Right.
So I guess I'd have to be with you on the modern.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
It just seems like the lesser of the two evils, because also there are some of the modern romances where the girl just kind of locks herself in her room away from everybody, and I would be that person.
Right.
Just stay away from me.
Right. Yeah.
Also, I just hate romance, so both of those options just suck.
They're not your favorite.
No.
Okay. Next one. Have a pet dragon or a werecat?
A werecat.
A werecat?
Yes.
Mine would be a dragon.
I know yours would be a
All the
dragon.
way.
It's just I'm too much like a dragon.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
No two of us could survive.
This is true.
Only one.
Only one could survive.
Only one can survive.
All right, next one. Try to survive a fantasy war or a dystopian war?
Try to survive a fantasy war or a dystopian war. Fantasy, because I could use a sword.
Yeah, and that's what I would agree with too. I think a fantasy would be.
Yeah, because dystopian, it's very open-ended.
Yeah.
Like, fantasy's very, like, straightforward. Like, yeah, there's some magic and stuff, but, like, most of them still use a lot of, like, when there's a war, it's still, like, swords and daggers.
Bows, arrows, that whole shebang. All right, next one. Face off against Voldemort or Bellatrix?
Face off against Voldemort or Bellatrix?
Yes.
Probably Bellatrix.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would go Voldemort in this one.
Why?
Because, okay, so I got this question from Murphy Napier, and she explained it really well. Like, her answer was Voldemort too. And she's like, Voldemort is one of those villains who just kind of sits in the background and just kind of chills, and then like every so often he'll just kind of appear and try to kill you once and then like go away again. Whereas like Bellatrix is insane, like literally insane.
Hold on, it doesn't say that they'd come like after you. It's just which one would you battle?
Yeah, but Bellatrix is also still insane.
Yeah, but that would just, I don't know. I feel like she'd be more of a challenge than Voldemort, because
I'd take the easy way out 110%.
Also, here's the thing. If you go against Voldemort, you'd also have to kill Harry.
Well, this is true.
Yeah. So, Bellatrix, you wouldn't have to kill Harry.
I guess it would depend on how you would have to do it.
Exactly.
So, okay. Next one. Would you rather move objects with your mind or read minds?
Read minds.
Yeah. Same.
Read minds.
I think it would be interesting.
Although I would have to admit, I would have a lot of fun moving objects. However, I would be a jerk and I would do it to scare people. Be like chalkboard writing Matilda.
You would?
Yeah, I wouldn't play fair with that. I mean, I also wouldn't play fair with the mind reading, but let's be real here. If I could move objects, I would not play fair. I would do everything in my power to mess with people and cause havoc.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
All right. I know you're not going to like either one of these.
Oh, no.
But I like the concept. Would you rather live in a fantasy world or a sci-fi world?
Fantasy or sci-fi?
Yes.
Fantasy is the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah, I would choose fantasy as well. I mean, I thought for sure you would go for sci-fi.
No, well, okay, part of me kind of wants to go for sci-fi, but then again, swords.
This is true. And sci-fi can get a little crazy. It's why I don't do a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah,
because
I don't do a lot of sci-fi, and it's just, I don't know. I'd rather do fantasy.
Next one. Would you rather Snape or Umbridge?
Gosh darn it. I hate both.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Give me Umbridge, because I can take her down. I'll take her down. Knock her down a few pegs.
Okay, well, that being said, I would much prefer Snape.
Yes, you would, but you like Snape. I hate
This is
Snape
true.
with a deadly passion.
This is true.
I can knock Umbridge down a few pegs. On Snape, there's no hope.
She would have you writing with that spelled quill like all the time.
No, man. Eventually, I'd break her.
Eventually, I'd break.
Eventually.
Oh my gosh! All right. Anyway, next one. Would you rather live with elves or fairies?
Elves are fairies?
Mm-hmm.
Give me your answer, because I don't know enough to make a formed opinion off the top of my head.
So, here's the thing. I feel like living with fairies would be a lot more interesting because there is a lot of crazy, insane fae lore. But there's also a lot more danger when it comes to fairy. So part of me feels like elves is the safer of the two options. So I feel like I would go with elves.
I'd honestly probably also go with elves, because I'd just be right at home.
Right.
I'd have people my size.
No, they're kind of tall.
Darn it. I got all excited.
No, they're not Keebler elves.
Darn it. I was going to
not-
be like, yes, people my size or that I'm taller than.
They're not Keebler.
Darn it.
All right, next one. Would you rather discover aliens or mermaids?
Probably mermaids.
Mermaids?
Mermaids. Just because I have always liked the sea and aquatic.
Yeah,
creatures.
I think I would have to go with mermaids as well. Just because Alien is way sci-fi, and like unless it was like a Doctor Who situation.
I mean, I want to go to space. Don't get me wrong. Aliens could attack more than... I feel like it'd be easier to capture a mermaid
Mm-hmm.
than it would be a...
An alien.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Would you rather a time turner or an elder wand?
Time Turner.
Yeah, same.
Time Turner. Definitely Time Turner.
I think that would be more fun. All right. Would you rather read only physical books or audiobooks?
Physical.
I think I would have to go audio for this one.
Yeah, I knew you would.
I think I have to. I would really prefer audio if I had no other choice, as long as like all the narrators are good. That's the only caveat I have to it.
No, I'd rather my physical than have somebody read me a book.
Which is fair.
Yeah, fair.
All right. Would you rather face down the Jabberwock or Pennywise?
Give me Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Okay, well, I'm not scared of much, so what can he do? What fears can he use against me?
He'll find something.
Like what?
I don't know.
Exactly. What's he gonna do?
I'll
and
take
honestly, the way to kill him is just insult him. He'd be dead in 2 seconds if he placed in a room with me. Like, let's be real here. He'd be easier to vanquish.
I'll take the Jabberwock. I'll take the Jabberwock because I have too many fears.
You have too many fears.
I have too many fears.
You have too many. You die in a second.
I would. All right. So next set of questions.
Okay.
Would you rather have a friend who loses books or a friend who dog ears them?
A friend who loses books? Are we talking about my books?
Yes.
Or just Oh, we're talking my books.
Yes. Like, would you, if you lend a friend a book?
Just lose. Because I can rebuy a book. If you dog ear it and give it back, it's just ruined.
See, and I'm the opposite because I would much rather have my book back. Like,
no, I can always rebuy. I would gladly rebuy. If I damage my own book, that's my own stupid fault. If I give my book to somebody and they damage my book, then I'm out for blood.
Okay, fair enough. All right, next one. Would you rather secretly love a book that everyone else hates or secretly hate a book everyone else loves?
I do both of those things.
I know this one is really hard.
I hate books that people love, and I love books people hate.
Yeah.
So, tie? Can I claim a tie?
Yeah, honestly.
Because it's both. It's both.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, like, part of me would rather have kind of like almost like a guilty pleasure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love this book and I know everybody else hates it, but it is a guilty pleasure for me.
Yeah.
Then I would just be like, well, I mean, I do secretly hate books that a lot of people love.
Yeah, that's my thing. For me, it's a tie because I love a lot of books that people don't like, and I hate a lot of books that people like. So, tie.
Fair. All right, next one. Would you rather be stuck on a plane without a book or stuck on a train without a book?
A train or a plane?
Mm-hmm.
Train.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same camp.
Because you can play cards and stuff on a train easily.
Yeah, you can find other stuff to do. And, like, I guess the same could kind of be said for a plane. But at
on
the
a
same...
plane, you're more cramped. So, like, you can't really go anywhere. A train,
Right.
you have more space to, like, go places and do things. And,
Right.
like, you have a dining car that you can go and play, like, cards at a table and stuff like that. On a plane, you're confined to a seat.
And, I mean, here's my thing. I feel like I am kind of more of an anxious flyer. So
You are.
I would much rather have a book in that situation than on a train because, like, on a train, like, I'm just an anxious person in general, but, like, on a train, it's a lot less. So, like, you know, I could live with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Would you rather have dinner with your favorite author or with your favorite character?
Character.
No hesitation. None.
No. Character.
None.
Definitely character. I'm sorry. Yeah, there are some authors, like, I'd love to pick your brain. No. I'd run out of things to say to them very quickly.
Yeah, I feel like character would be more fun. Let's be real.
Exactly.
Hello, fellow ink drinkers, editing Aria here. So I'm here to close out this episode because we have another example here of a 3-part episode. When we were recording this episode, we had a lot of fun doing this Would You Rather challenge. And so what we decided to do is, again, keep most of it because, again, we had a lot of fun doing it. So we just wanted to kind of keep the train going with this one. So there's going to be a couple more parts to this episode. So next week will be part 2, and then we'll go from there. So thank you for coming along, listening to us talk today. And if you like the episode, if you like what you're listening to, please consider sharing the episode with your friends. It really would help us to grow the show, and we would appreciate it. And like I said, next week will be part 2 of this Bookish Would You Rather challenge. We'll see you guys then. Bye.